Good morning. This is Lessons and Love, and I'm Lorraine Gutierrez. This is my channel where I get to share the lessons, ideas, and knowledge that have made my life so much better. Today I want to talk about discernment with others. See, we've got other truthers out there and other quantum light workers that are talking about the blue chicken cult and talking about the deities of Egypt and how this one's false and this one's true. And the one that got me was when he said the raw material, the law of one, that just sounds like Matrix to me. Well, he talks about using discernment all the time, but then he says that just sounds like Matrix to me. That is absolute rational thinking. When you're taking in new information, whether it be from a book or a person, a video, or your intuition, okay? I keep saying okay, I gotta work on that. You have to filter it. It has to go through your filters. And your filters definitely judge or determine what gets in and what gets out. What you can feel with your power center, what you can feel with your heart center, or what you're thinking with your brain. Now remember, your brain thoughts are indoctrination. That is church, that is state, that is parents, that is from big pharma, that is media, that is everything that we've taken in. When we feel with our heart or with our power center, basically your gut, that's truth, that's real. So when this person, and the thing is, I just subscribed to him on Patreon. I'm thinking, oh, did I make a mistake? A good thing it wasn't very much, but he seems to have a lot of information. So here's the next point I want to make. It doesn't matter if you're talking about the Blue Avians, if you're talking about ISIS or Poseidon, or it doesn't matter who you're talking about, Jesus or Kuan Yin. It doesn't matter who you're talking about. It doesn't matter what someone else says. Oh, Kuan Yin's the best, I love her. You have to still discern for yourself. I personally love the raw material. I feel so much truth in them. I feel truth in A Course in Miracles. I feel some truth in the Bible. I feel a lot of truth in the Vedic scriptures, although I haven't read them all, so that one's not very fair for me to say. But the truth in the Vedas is pretty awesome. It's outstanding. And then there are some people channeling, non-terrestrials that I just don't resonate with. I don't feel it. I don't feel Eckhart Tolle. There are a lot of people out there, and as we go through our process, I'm going through guides like tissue right now. 2 years ago, I was listening to every Brad Johnson video. Now I just kind of fast forward to the Jonas and occasionally. So it can be the same for everybody, or you can be with the same, guide or teacher for, years or for the foreseeable future. That's not a problem either. But remember, you have to honor where you are, and you have to be able to release, find, seek, and acquire new guides and teachers. And remember, as you're on this path, you're a guide and a teacher as well. So do your best to, walk the talk. It's really that important. And so the next thing I want to talk about is that discernment process. Realize that we often, I'm going to flip the camera a little bit. We often don't realize that, energy turns into thoughts, thought turns into things, etc., etc. Well, maybe you haven't seen my videos before. Energy to thoughts, thoughts to things, things to behavior, behavior to personality, personality to personal reality. I feel like I missed something, but you get the idea. So meditating, literally means to know yourself, to know thyself. And the best way to know what thoughts are going through your head is to just sit with them. So before bed or in the morning, take 5, 10, 15 minutes Some people can meditate up to 2 hours, or they'll just sit silently in bed. I'm really not one of those people. I either need to be in meditation or, um, I just don't have enough brain control yet. Still working on it. But what you're going to do is you're going to listen for or watch for the thoughts that are going through your head. Now, here comes a thought. Oh my gosh, that's right, I have to pay that bill. Okay, well, that bill is going to get paid next time you sit at your desk and you remember, or you write yourself a note, whatever the case is, it's going to get paid. So why are you going to sit there and think about it and brood over it? At these particular moments, you just need to notice what thoughts are floating through your head. And as you notice what thoughts are floating in your head, then feel into them. Do they feel good? Do they light up your chakras? Do they move energy through your body? Or do they just make your gut tighten up? Do they make you worry? You are a being of light, love, peace, joy, pure love, pure light. It's amazing who and what we really are. And understanding that we are pure energy, and energy becomes thoughts, etc., etc. Realize that you have the total control over what you want to think. And some of us are still taking quite a bit of time to get to that point. Even though we understand it, getting it at a visceral level is a different story. And most of us are still working on it. Our abilities to discern are way greater than many people think. And just because somebody is a truther, or a quantum healer, or a light worker, or a light warrior, doesn't make us perfect. We are still human. We are still working through this process. We are still on this path of this journey. Now remember, not everybody is on the same exact route. There are several ways to get to Canada. And you may be on the route that takes you through the Great Lakes. I'm over here on the western side of things, and I'm probably going to go over to BC. So realize that even though there are people that are, I have got to increase my compassion. There are people who are driving me, crazy with the fact that they still believe in this virus crap. I mean, here we are, March 1st, and they still believe that the coronavirus is real. It's a flu. It's a flu, and there's so much information out there. But until yesterday, I was still going through the phase. You know what? If you still think this is a virus, God bless you. What else can I say? And just throw your hands up. And that is a negative attitude. That's just like, oh, you're on your own then, buddy. Have fun. But the reality that I went to bed with last night and woke up with this morning is that indoctrination is real. How many years was I indoctrinated? How many years did it take for me to wake up and for me to start seeking out answers? It took a long time, and it took huge efforts on my part. Huge efforts on my part. I came into this body with a will that people couldn't tell me what to do. You should see video of me when I was a child. My dad took video, like those 35 millimeter, tapes. And I'm walking around looking scared and anxious, and I wanted to go in that video and hug that little girl and give her a place to be safe, because she didn't trust the world, she didn't trust anything around her, and she was scared to death. So, I came with the desire for truth. And I'm at a point now where I can't speak anything but truth. So even if I'm saying something that I heard from somebody else, and this person has great reliable information, I can feel a level of validity to the information. And when I say something, if it doesn't resonate right, if it's not true, I have to go back and correct it. Even if it was just a joke. That's kind of annoying, because I love jokes, and I love playing around, and I love that self-deprivating humor. I think it's hilarious. But I have to go back and fix it and correct it. And I think about, the teachers and guides that are way beyond me, and thinking that you can't even think something that isn't true. I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. So it doesn't matter if your guide is Archangel Michael, if your guide is Yeshua, or Isis or Horus or Horus, I don't know about you, but Horus is not going to be one of my guides. Um, or your spirit guides or your grandmother. It doesn't matter who you choose as a guide. Make sure that they are guides, they're teachers, and you walk side by side with them. They don't lead you, they don't walk ahead of you. You walk side by side, shoulder to shoulder. And I got that really cool quote from William O'Reilly. Oh, I can't remember his last name. But he's really cool. I love this guy. I want to hug him. He's come on shows with JCK and Juicy and Lucy, Abracadabra, or with Mark Catwood, Tales in a Meat Suit or Tales in a Cosmic Suit. His name is William O'Malley. I think it's O'Malley. Anyway, he's had 2 episodes with Mark Atwood, and he's a loving man, and he's the one that also has a similar sensation that, you have to speak the truth. Charlie Ward has spoken of it. So this is a beautiful place to be, and there's a lot of responsibility in it because you just can't mouth off. You just can't. And, you have to make sure that you're joking, and it's another level. And I would like to be one of those people that only thinks truth. I'm going to work on it. So don't let people tell you, oh, this material is this and this material is that. There's something else too, like during, I think it was the December 21st Uluru ceremony. I think that's when it was. Oprah was hosting a global meditation. Now, long time ago, Oprah just rubbed me wrong, just absolutely wrong. And there's a lot of people on that list that, people would exalt, like Oprah Winfrey, Whoopi Goldberg, Robbie, whatever his name is, that motivational guy, Eckhart Tolle, Ellen DeGeneres. I thought she was really funny, but something about her, I just couldn't watch her. Ugh. So even though all these people seem really great and all these people love them and everything's wonderful, you have to trust your own intuitive ability. So I have absolutely no problem and nothing but love for the Blue Avians. And maybe I just don't know any better. Maybe I don't feel any differently. Maybe I need to refine my sense of understanding and truth. But for now, I feel a genuine love from Corey Good. I feel that his stories are very, very real. This man comes across as very, very just honest, genuine. But again, that's my filter. And you should not trust me. You should trust you. And if somebody resonates with you, listen to the people that they bring to you, and then, discern from there. But don't just listen to William O'Reilly. O'Reilly. Don't just listen to him because, Lorraine said he's awesome. He must be. Feel for it yourself. Feel for him yourself. I love Mark Atwood. I think that man is so genuine. Michael Yacko or Michael Jacko, I'm not sure. I haven't heard him pronounce his name yet. And my speech to text says Michael Yacko. Some people say Michael Jacko. But I love him too. His groundedness is just awesome. And these are just some ideas where you could follow up with and see if they resonate with you. So again, go back inside. And when people contradict themselves, you'll be able to notice. And not all of us have all the pieces. Charlie Ward talks about like this huge puzzle where everyone's got a few pieces and we're all still working together. But here's the deal. I'm not going to put down another truther because what resonates with me may not resonate with you. And so why am I going to badmouth somebody else when we're all really working toward the same goal? At least, for the most part. I think there are some people out there trying to give misinformation, but again, your discernment will pick that up. All right, I love y'all, and I thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time on my next episode of Lessons and Love from Reno, Nevada. Blessings.